right. We're back again, baby. Welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the black community and beyond. I am Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is.
Bomb chicka wow wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy. We got a special show today.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, let me give me some hand claps for that one. Yeah, man.
Do you know what Juneteenth is?
Tell people.
Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. Deriving the name from combining June and 19th, it is celebrated on the anniversary of the order of Major General Gordon Granger proclaiming freedom from enslaved people in Texas on June 19, 1865.
Okay.
It has become a federal holiday. And it has been a federal holiday. It has been a federal holiday for 2 years now. It was inaugurated on June 19, 2021. We talked about this a couple of times on a previous podcast, and
yeah,
I just don't feel like it needs to be a federal holiday around the world.
Yeah,
and that's just me.
Well, and to be honest with you, I see your point. I really do, because
banks are closed. The school is out because it's summertime.
Right, exactly.
Mail run, but half of us still have to work. If it's a federal holiday, shouldn't it be like Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July? Everything should be closed.
Because I had to get up and go to work.
I did too.
So yeah. Well, you did too. So we both did.
So it's like, what kind of federal holiday is this?
Exactly. So
some acknowledge it and some don't.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's called the floating holiday. For those of you who don't know what it is, you can either recognize it or you don't have to recognize it. One of the two. That's a floating holiday.
And I read an article today that 73% of businesses do not recognize it.
Of course not. That's too much like right. I mean, think about this. How many businesses do you know personally that don't celebrate MLK Day?
A lot.
Exactly. So I'm not surprised at all. That shouldn't surprise anybody. It doesn't surprise me. Not in the slightest bit.
Well, just don't do something to blow the whistle, per se. Shout out to Too Short. That's not a federal holiday.
Right.
Don't say it's a federal holiday when it don't get the entire recognition as your Christmases, your Thanksgivings, your 4th of July's, Flag Day, whatever.
Yeah. Hell, even Flag Day get more recognition than Juneteenth. Come on, man.
So MLK Day and Juneteenth, just another day in the hood, living in the neighborhood, just another day to barbecue.
Yeah, just another day off for some people.
Go to the park.
Whatever. Just do whatever. Do your thing.
But to me, it's not recognized as a federal holiday, so I don't look at it as a federal holiday.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about that, and we talked about this last year, as a matter of fact, around Juneteenth, because we were saying that even though they made it a quote-unquote official federal holiday, there were certain parts of the country that was celebrated regardless. So only thing this did was just put it on paper. That's all it did.
This is the word I'm looking for. It just appeased the masses.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. To get those brownie points within black people.
If you're going to give me something, give me the same across the board from 0 to 100. Like I said, the Christmases, your Thanksgiving, your 4th of July.
And I'm with you on that. one. So
now, I know there are some companies that are still open on the Christmases, the Thanksgiving. Yeah. But majority of the world shuts it down.
Completely. Especially on Christmas.
I think the only thing open probably like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or a neighborhood market.
Yeah.
But no major players are open.
Nah, they're not.
All. Not even Walmart. Walmart used to be open for everything.
You ain't
even
lying.
Walmart closed on Christmas now.
For real, though. Yeah.
But thank you, though, Brother Biden. We shall appreciate you.
Yeah, he's trying to suck up to black people right now because of another election cycle, which you're going to get into later on. And another thing happened. It was Father's Day this past weekend.
It was yesterday.
So big shout out to all the fathers out there.
Absolutely.
That are doing your thing and holding it down, because I know that you loved your dad when he was alive.
Heavenly Father, yeah, he's in heaven.
And
a little emotional day yesterday, but
it is
still
what
holding
it is.
Strong.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a father myself. Shout out to my daughter. But
did she call you or anything?
She sent me a text message. Oh, okay. Yeah, she sent me a text message because she has a husband and he's a father. So I can respect that. I mean, you got to cling to your spouse. And I get that part. But now that I'm thinking about it, I just want to say this real quick, and I might get a little bit of heat for saying this, but I really don't give a shit. I want to smoke. I got time today. To all the single mothers out there, stop saying that you're the mother and the father. Unless you are a genetic anomaly, there is no way in hell you can be the mama and the daddy too. You're missing with that one. Okay? Plain and simple.
Well, now
you are nothing more. You are nothing more.
Technically, I'm playing devil's advocate. No. Wait, let me get my point out.
Okay.
If I come to you and tell you, "Hey, babe, I'm pregnant," the next thing you know, you done pack your bags and gone.
Oh, that's a sorry ass dude.
Okay, so
Plain
what
and
am I
simple.
supposed to do? Am I supposed to just go? If I really don't have any male personas or whatever in my life that I can trust around my son, because there are some craziness in this world right now.
No doubt.
Maybe I can get how to do that from a book, because I caught heat on there before, because I've said on this show many times, a woman can't raise a man.
Right.
Not raise a man. Maybe she can raise a man, but she can't
teach him how to be a man.
man how to be a man. Let me rephrase
Right.
that. She
Right.
can raise a man, a boy, young man, whatever. She can't teach him how to be a man.
Right.
And I was told that maybe she can go get a book.
No.
They have a lot of information on
No.
YouTube.
No.
I was like, okay,
Well,
but in essence, she's still a female.
Exactly. And to expand and
That
to
will
expand
have the
on that
same
point.
emotions as a male.
Right, exactly, and a different perspective, and you won't have the same perspective as a man on certain subjects, and that brings me back to my next point. The reason why I say that is because those women out there that are getting those books and all that other crap that don't work for shit, you are nothing more than a single mother that's doing the best of what she has to raise your children. You are not a father. Stop saying that shit, because you are not a father. I'm sorry.
Well, in their mind.
I mean, in your mind, you might say, "I'm the mom and the daddy." No,
Right.
no. I mean, let's just be real about the situation. There are certain things that you can't teach a child, because you can't teach your daughter how a man's supposed to love a woman. You can't.
You can go off your experience of what you was expecting.
And if all your experiences are bad, guess what you're gonna do to your daughter? You're gonna poison.
No, it could be her fantasy as well.
No,
Or her,
well,
her
it could be,
dream,
but come
how
on,
she
let's
want a
be
man to
real.
treat her.
But come on, let's be real. You know what's going to happen.
But
I mean,
I've heard a lot of men say that, especially like these. Shout out, no disrespect to the dead, to like the Kevin Samuels. You know,
Yeah.
he was raised by all women, and that's how he know how to take care of women. You know, and stuff like that.
I mean,
So,
there are exceptions to every
Yeah,
rule. I mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying that's not the know all to be all. I'm just saying there are exceptions to every rule. But the fact of the matter is this right here. I was raised by women. So, but I had male influences in my life. Lots of them.
a lot of people don't though.
I know, and you're right about that. You are absolutely correct about that. But my point is, stop saying that you're the father, because you're not, because you can't teach your boy how to be a man, number one. And number two, you don't know how to show your daughter. You can't show your daughter how a man's supposed to love a woman. You can't. So, that's just it. So you need your fathers out there. Now, if you got a man out there that just bounced the second you said, "Hey, baby, I'm pregnant," then he was sorry anyway.
No, some
Charge
men
that to the
just-
game.
Yeah, some men just can't handle the responsibility
Because
or-
they weren't raised by a man. Most of them.
I often say no. That's
Most
not
of
true,
them. I
yeah.
said most of them. Listen to my words.
Yeah,
Most
some
of them.
of them.
No, most. Most. Not. Listen to my words, babe. Most. Not all. Most.
So is some greater than most?
Some is greater than no. Most is greater than some. Because most men that have no father figures in their lives don't have no clue as to how to treat a woman, because they were never taught how to treat a woman. In some cases, I mean, like I said, there are exceptions to every rule.
I concur. I concur with
Okay.
that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
Because I know some that were raised in 2-parent household.
And they still treat women like shit,
Right.
yeah.
Parents are still together to this day, and they treat women like straight garbage.
Yeah, we know somebody like that, don't we?
Garbage.
Yeah.
It's past trash. Garbage.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, we know somebody like that, don't we, baby? He will remain nameless. But anyway,
Never spoken again.
exactly. But anyway, happy Father's Day, happy Juneteenth.
Yes.
Definitely,
Happy
y'all.
Father's
Definitely,
Day.
y'all. Hold on. Yeah, we good here. Anyway, let me get this music crack-a-lacking so we can talk about what we did this week. Everything all right, babe?
Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Caught me off guard.
My wife don't know that she was turning me on. She was doing
Lord. This is a family show.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all.
Good Lord. Well, how was my week? My week has been melancholy. My sister is in the hospital.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, we think she's gonna be okay. She's just ready to come home, but it's been a long week doing triple duty, going back and forth, and
yeah, so
I'll do it all over again. I have no qualms about it.
Of course.
Yeah,
So
I just want her to continue to get better.
So, and just so everybody
she
knows,
can come on home.
No doubt. And just so everybody knows, just because of that fact right here, we're not going to have a long show today. So we got some business we got to handle. So
I'll take care of my nephew, son. My nephew dog.
Fuzzy nephew.
my little fuzzy nephew.
So, we have some things we got to take care of.
Shout out to her that she gets better and everything gonna get back to some kind of normalcy.
No doubt about it. I mean, we wish her the best. She's in our hearts and minds. So
But other than that, it was just a
normal busy week for you.
Normal busy week.
I feel you on that one.
And how about you?
Same thing, baby. Same thing. I mean, I was just, I was out for a minute because of, the job situation, but I'm back in the same place. So it was just more of a temporary vacation for me. But, coming back into the fold of things, trying to get everything back to where it needs to be, which we pretty much have that taken care of right about now. That's about it, man. Just a busy week as usual in the world of IT. That's about it, man. That's all I got to say about that. So, happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And today's topic is going to be about everybody's favorite president, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Trump. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, everybody knows that he's been indicted again.
You said what now?
Yeah.
Dos.
Yeah, he's been indicted again. Now, and my question to everybody listening out there is, how does that affect the black vote, if at all? So, I mean, that would be the question I would have to ask. Because this man, actually, I'm not going to say if he gets reelected, when he gets reelected, even if he goes to prison, he can still be president. Now, what kind of shit is that?
Sitting in a cell with an orange suit on that matches skin tone and running the country. This country right here, I said I don't want to live anywhere else, but this country right here has issues.
Man.
Has issues. You trying to ban a woman who was severely sexually assaulted that resulted in an unplanned pregnancy, and you trying to ban her from getting an abortion so she won't have to live through that trauma of raising a child of what assault had happened to her, but you gonna let a man sit in a jail cell and run the country. In the words of Dick Gregory, huh?
Yeah, come on, man, that don't make no sense. But anyway, y'all, that's what the subject of today's show is about. It's about Mr. Donald J. Trump. Like, he needs some more attention. But, I'm just kind of curious as to how people think about that and how people feel about this situation, man. Because, it's pivotal, because the election season is definitely coming up.
It's on and popping right now.
Exactly. They're already campaigning.
Every other week, somebody is adding their name to the bag.
Exactly.
Shake it up, pull it out. What number am I? Number 12. All right. Girl.
You're right. It's getting to that point, babe. You're absolutely correct.
It's up to 14 for Republicans now.
Is it 14 already?
I think last time we did it was like 8.
Yeah, you're right.
Now it's 14. Last time I counted was 14.
Yeah, you're right. But anyway, that's what we're talking about today, y'all. So let's get back to my favorite part of the podcast. Books every black person should read at least once in a lifetime. I'm going to recycle some books today, y'all, because we're talking about elections. One book is The Power of the Black Vote. And the government tactics to block it. We know about that already, do we not? Especially over there in Georgia. They was trying their best to block the black vote, and now they're trying to do that shit over there in Florida. Surprise. So, Ron DeSantis, DeSantis is showing his whole ass. But that's nothing new.
I don't even think it's his whole. I think that's just like a cheat.
You think just
but
one
I think
booty
he
cheek?
got some more stuff down the pipeline that's gonna bust open like one of these 4th of July candies. Boom, boom. You're like, y'all thought I was done. Here you go.
Oh, y'all ain't seen shit
I
yet.
think
Just wait
I
a
think he
while.
just giving us a peek of a cheek.
Just a piece of the cheek.
Just a piece of
the bottom
cheek.
part of the booty cheek.
Yeah. That Daisy Duke part. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think he just showing that to y'all just a little bit. Hey, baby, just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
probably
y'all a
so.
little peekaboo.
Probably so. I'm not going to say no because like the shit that he's done so far is ridiculous. But we'll get into that later on. Second book is called Blackballed: The Black Vote in U.S. Democracy, written by Daryl Pickney. I came across this book like about 2-3 years ago. Pretty good little read. It pretty much talks about how the black vote, kind of like what Malcolm was saying in the Ballot or the Bullet, how the black vote determines who stays in the White House, or as Malcolm would say, who stays in the doghouse. So that's pretty much what this book is all about. So, definitely read that one. It's a good read. And last but not least, The Black Cabinet, the untold story of African American in politics during the age of Roosevelt, by Jill Watts. This book was an interesting read because it pretty much talked about the black, up on the Congressional Black Caucus during the times of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, which was kind of interesting because nothing has really changed since then. They didn't really have much of a voice, just like now. I mean, think about that for a second. Every time somebody comes up with something for black people, what do? They shoot that shit down. And some black people go right along with it and say, okay, boss, and say nothing about it. That's pretty much what this book is all about. So everybody go check those books out. You will not be disappointed. Now here comes my other favorite part of the show that my wife came up with. Bold words from a black woman. And she got a good one today, y'all.
Yes. Coinciding with the topic that we open up the show with, of course, today is Juneteenth.
Of course.
And we have a most prolific woman that I would like to pay homage to.
Yeah.
Miss Opal Lee.
Hold on. Let me get my hand clasp ready. Hold on. Thing went to sleep on me. Hurry up. There we go. There you go, Miss Opal.
Opal Lee is an American retired teacher, counselor, and activist in the movement to make Juneteenth a federally recognized holiday. She is often described as the quote-unquote grandmother of Juneteenth. On June 17, 2021, President Joe Biden signed Senate Bill S-475, making Juneteenth the 11th federal holiday. She was born in Marshall, Texas. Woohoo!
Hey, Texas.
Got family down there. She was educated at the University of North Texas, Wiley College, Terrell High School.
Okay.
She has written several books. And just shout out to Miss Opal. She is the real Opal Lee. If you have access to news here locally, she was still out there marching at the good old age of 96.
Yep.
She, I'm just in awe of her stamina, first of all. Her activism, she never gave up. She is well traveled, well loved, and her message will forever live on. So shout out to Miss Opal Lee for, even though I have my reservations about Juneteenth, but I appreciate her of one to step up and show that if you really want something done, stick with it and it can come to fruition. So shout out to Miss Opal Lee. Thank you for your service.
No doubt about it, and I'm looking at this picture of this lady, man, and the saying is true, black don't crack, baby.
I wouldn't think she was in her 90s anywhere. And like she probably
course
about,
not.
I still got 70,
75 at the most.
Yeah. But she's 96
years old, man.
And she's currently lives in Fort Worth. So she marched from Fort Worth all the way to Washington to get Juneteenth recognized
as a national
as
holiday.
A federal holiday.
Well, am I supposed to say national? Yeah. Well, yeah, as a federal holiday.
Yep.
So, but yeah, man, shout out to Miss Opal. Okay. Here's a section that used to be called current events, but we changed it to MPT news because some of the events ain't all that current. So here we go. MPT news, baby. Prepare yourself, y'all. Buckle up.
Hold on tight.
What you got, babe?
It's so many. But I want to start with this one because this one I've heard a lot of people speaking of. About a month, two or 3 months ago, there was a story that happened at Starbucks where 2 black men was waiting for like a third or fourth party to join them.
Right.
And they was kicked out, had the police call on them basically for being
Black.
And the young lady,
The manager
who called the police on them, sued Starbucks. And she pretty much is becoming an overnight millionaire. She sued them for $25.6 million. $600,000 of that was for a compensatory. Is that how you say that word? Compensatory compensation, which I say $6,000 of bullshit money. And the other $25 million is because basically she's white and she's right. I pray to God. I don't never pray to God about foolishness, but I hope Starbucks appeal that payout and that the 2 young men that she called the police on sue her.
Here's my whole deal.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not think that white privilege exists, there you go.
This is it.
There you go.
This is it. I am so in awe of this story. I cannot believe that we live in a country that will allow a case like this to even go before
The courts,
any
man.
judge
Come on,
or
man.
jury,
I agree with you on that one.
and that a verdict of this magnitude was what is it? Passed down, revealed, bang, whatever you want to call it. I'm upset. We have people like George Floyd,
who was literally murdered on television.
the young lady Tatiana over here in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
The baby who dead. I don't think they still ain't found her murderer yet. All these people, these things that has happened to them, and they giving them crumbs. 7 million here, 1.2 million here, but you finna give this woman $25.6 million because
she's white. Because she's white, basically.
she's a racist. Let's keep it 100.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
Because
Yeah.
from my understanding, it was a young man in the Starbucks this day, and I'm going to read what he said.
Okay.
Quote unquote, she was the regional manager of 10 stores.
Oh, damn.
They wanted to fire an innocent white male manager that was on staff that day. She said no, fire the black manager that was on shift that day since it was his staff that did it. She said she was fired because she was white.
OMG.
I'm like, okay. You trying to save the white man job, and so it won't do like the black man, so it won't like it's race, because the black man would have been like, nah, he's not racist because he's black and he got the police on the black guys.
Right.
And then they end up firing her anyway. Now she talking about, no, I'm a victim. Oh God.
I told you, man. What do I always say? The one thing worse than a racist white man is what?
A racist white woman.
Exactly.
And when I tell you that is one true statement.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you know what? In the words of Don King, only in America. Only in America.
Only in America, yeah.
Only in America. Put your 2 fingers up and shake your head. Only in America.
Only in America,
Oh
man.
my
Come
God.
on,
I
man.
just,
This
this
makes
story
no
took me.
sense.
Now this one right here, it took me out. It took me beyond what it took me way past that. It took me to, I can't believe this shit.
Man, you know what?
I cannot, but this is crazy. This is nuts.
You know what? This is beyond nuts, because this story right here, when I first saw it, I brought it to your attention, remember? And I told you about it. And the only thing you did was shake your head and laugh. And I did the very same thing.
Because I never
same
thought
reaction.
that it would come to this point where this woman would get a massive payout like this.
You know
this
what?
is crazy.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. What else you got, baby girl?
Ridiculous. Well, like I said, Starbucks, hold your ground.
Oh, by all means.
Hold your ground. Please, hold your ground. That's all I got to say. I'm not saying nobody don't deserve it, but she don't deserve that. Sorry.
Nah, I agree with you on that one.
Okay.
Moving right along.
To kind of TikTok, to kind of titter-tat off of what you just said, there is a black TikToker. I want to give her name out because her TikTok has very much gone viral. The incident where the nurse was trying to take the city bike from the young man.
Yeah.
Okay, you just said this. She said she calls out white women one of the most dangerous groups in the U.S.
Oh, hold on.
Because I don't think, even to this day, I don't think nothing significant has been done to this woman for her trying to portray that she was, I guess, more or less violated by a black teenage young man over a city bike. Yeah. So she pretty much lied, saying she had received blah 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 blah. I haven't really heard the income of that, but I like her name. The TikToker that I saw this on, her name is Libs, Libs of TikTok. Okay. Sister, what you spoke in your TikTok, I 100% agree.
Yeah, because here's my question.
Let me read what she said. She said, white women are one of the most dangerous groups in the U.S. ... Whiteness is a cult.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just getting out of hand. It's just like, now everybody with light skin can't be this in awe of race relations. Well, it's just every other day.
You'd be surprised.
It just, like I said, I don't condone violence, but I saw one other day. This white lady tried to get up in this man, for that man slapped the dog shit out of her so bad. And I don't agree with no man putting his hand on no woman. I don't care what her skin color is. But when I tell you she asked for it, and she picked up the phone and got it. Everybody not gonna sit with you talking to them like they crazy.
Exactly.
Spitting on them, telling them what to do, how to do, where to go. And I saw this one, it's like she just kept nigger, you nigger bitch! You nigger bitch! I can't believe it! Well, you know, what my color got to do with me? You ain't gonna disrespect me, ma'am.
Well, here's the thing
not
about it. Here's the thing about it. See, and you know I've asked this question on several occasions. When did white women become a minority? When did this happen? I mean, I'm just trying to figure that out. They're white by default, and so they pretty much have the world in their hands because they're white by default. So they benefit from white privilege just as much, if not more so, than white men do, which is a prime example of that one case that we had before in Starbucks. That's a prime example of that.
My homie was telling me, she said, well, I think a lot of you white women act like this now because she's not racist. She was just speaking her melanated thoughts. Okay. She said a lot of them probably mad because their husband left them for a sister.
Ooh.
You never know white women. White women were known to be properly dressed, have their pearls on, they cute little dress on, they little kitten heels. You know, I just finished making dinner for Dan. I'm waiting for the kids to get home from school. Now they all out here in these streets spitting on people, talking to people like they crazy, voicing their opinions.
Okay, what they were known for?
They were known for being meek and mild, stand behind the husband, really wouldn't say anything. Now they out here on Front Street.
You ain't lying.
Where this coming from?
They call the police on everybody now, man. Come on. Man, they'll call the police,
and it's just on black women
and black children
and black children.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think she probably mad at maybe old Jim.
Old Jim with the Shaniqua's house.
Oh no, he was like that old boy. What's that movie? Hey, put your mom on the phone. I ain't never coming home. What's that movie?
Harlem Nights.
Hey, put your mom on the So something's going on because they'll just get out of hand. White women, y'all okay? You gonna run? Some of y'all are catching the heat.
Oh yeah.
But like my sweet poet said, some of y'all is getting that smoke.
Oh yeah, getting that smoke.
Y'all go get the whole furniture, keep going.
Oh, come on now.
Everybody not go put it with that. Not now.
Of course not. Because we said this on the show before too. The two things that you don't do to black people: talk crazy to them. Because we don't care what your position is. You could be the president of the U.S. Talk crazy to them and see what happens. And the worst thing you can do is spit on them.
Oh my God. Oh.
That's the worst thing you can do to somebody.
That is so disgusting.
For real. And it's the ultimate sign of disrespect.
Yes, it is.
The ultimate sign. I saw this one, so we can go. I'm gonna go ahead and make this quick so we can go ahead and finish up with the new news. I saw this one video where this woman was talking crap to some other black woman. She spit on her. Oh, that black woman literally snatched her bald headed.
Yep.
And she go talking about when she was getting her ass kicked. I'm sorry. No, you ain't. You made the initiative to spit. Okay, all right. I got something for that spit. And she got mollywopped, as my grandfather would say.
Well, You gonna learn today.
You gonna learn today. In the words of Kevin Hart. What else you got, man?
How many more you want to do?
Let's do 2 more.
Okay. Let's talk about this because this is why I brought your attention, especially because of the topic of today, of what today is. Quote unquote, you're dead wrong. A black student alleges she was kicked out of school, had cops called on her for opposing Juneteenth being labeled quote unquote diverse day.
Wow.
She attended a black beauty school, first of all.
Oh, hold on. Stop.
In Chicago.
Stop right there. Stop right there. So, the sister going to a black beauty school pretty much told the truth about Juneteenth. And she got ostracized for it.
Yep.
Wow.
She pretty much telling the teacher that it's not a diverse day. Everything they always trying to combine.
That's called
we
co-opting.
Can't combine. No.
That's called co-opting.
Show me one white slave. Show me one Mexican slave. Show me one Asian slave. Show me one indigenous slave. I saw all black people. Now I know I'm a little blind in the eye, a little cataract in the other, but I know I didn't see no other skin tone.
Here's the thing
out
about
there
it.
in them field picking cotton.
Here's the thing about it. Let me give everybody a brief history lesson on the whole slavery thing. Okay, when they first started stealing, founding this country, the first thing they did was they cleaned out all the jails over there in England and Ireland. They brought white people over here as indentured servants, which means they were supposed to be in servitude for X amount of years and then let go. They did that, and then some of them, before the servitude was over, they escaped and they blended in with the crowd, never to be found again. Okay, the second time, the second wave of slaves were the indigenous people that were already here. But if they escaped, they knew the land too well. You never find them again once they got out. And then somebody grew a brain and said, let's get the black slaves from over in Africa, so that way they can't get away and run and blend it with the crowd. And number 2, they don't know the land. And that's how that crap happened.
Now, so, I'm not an idiot. I do know there are white people and other skin tones in Africa.
Yes.
But who did you say they brought over here?
Black people. Yeah.
So how is this called Diverse Day?
It's not called Diverse Day, man. It's called Juneteenth, and that's our holiday. And they're slowly but surely co-opting that holiday. They've been doing that they've been trying to do that since the day it was, since before the ink dried, when Joe Biden signed that bill.
You just can't have nothing, just nothing of our day, just
it's got to be for everybody.
Like even for MLK Day, that is combined with some big white sale or something.
Right.
It's always, it just can't be MLK Day.
Right.
It's just always combined with something else. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, I think she got the best of this administrator, and then she ended up calling the police on her, and she was expelled from school. That's sick. That is sick. But shout out to you, young lady, for standing your ground, knowing your history, first of all, since they trying to take it out of school. And keep going, keep pushing. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you.
In the words of the Impressions, keep on pushing.
Absolutely.
For sure. I ain't mad at you, sister. Shit, stand your ground. I'm going to get to see you. So, there's that. What else you got here?
What's another I want to talk about? There's just so much.
It's just a lot going on, man.
I mean, I know when we have time, we got to come back and do some of this, but
yeah.
The one I really want to talk about, because this is your favorite one. I think this might be your favorite one. I look at some of the award shows, some of them I don't, but it was this actress, Danae Benton, who referred to Governor Ron DeSantis as, quote unquote, the Grand Wizard, as she was receiving her Tony Award. When I tell you that was the funniest thing I had ever heard, and for her to be on a national, because the Tony Awards are played worldwide.
For sure.
Because they have actresses pretty much for every continent.
Actresses and
every
actors.
country.
Yes, indeed.
And she stood that
and
in
she said her
true
thing,
conviction.
Hey, I ain't mad.
I'm not mad at her.
Me either.
I'm not
Go
mad
ahead,
at
sister.
her
Go
at
ahead, sister.
all.
I loved it. I
Yes.
absolutely loved it. Yes.
I mean, some people like,
she
touch my pearls.
And there was a lot of people clapping too. There was a lot of folks clapping too. So hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
But she did her thug thistle on that. I ain't mad at her.
Not at all. So
Man,
I was like,
man. I
that's
said,
what I'm
yes,
saying.
yeah.
And we need more people to
Thank you. We need
step up
Yep.
and speak out.
And stop being chickens.
Yep.
You know, I mean, come on. What's the worst they could do? What's the worst they could do?
Yep.
I mean, come on, man.
I mean, they might not give her another award.
They might not.
Or they might treat her like they doing Will Smith, where she can't come back.
Yeah.
But at least when she had that moment on that platform,
she did her thing.
Took it.
Exactly.
And I love it.
You know what this reminds me of? Kanye West, when he said that George Bush don't like black people. You remember that? That's the only time that Kanye West made some damn sense. So, you know.
Yep. That's true. Well, shout out to you, sister. We love it.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, I'm going to do this last one, which is going to, some part of your hometown, which is going to also lead us into the topic of the story.
Okay.
Topic of the show.
Okay.
A black Oklahoma lawmaker booed for talking about white privilege. Oklahoma Representative Regina Goodwin was booed on Monday by several white male colleagues while asking questions about a bill regarding, I think she was talking about reparations, wasn't she?
Yep.
So since you're Okie,
yep.
What say you, sir?
Let me tell you something. Now, the current governor of Oklahoma, I think his last name is Stitt. His last name is Stitt. Guess who he's endorsing the presidency?
And that was my next story that was going to lead us into this one. DeClantis.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry. Not DeClantis. I'm sorry. DeSantis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, babe. Hey, it happens, baby.
I'm just like the Tony Award lady.
I'm so sorry. But anyway, But anyway, that's what he's endorsing. So, and one thing people have to understand, and I tell people this all the time, I was born and raised in Oklahoma, so I know how racist that state is. So for those grown-ass men to act like children and boo this woman for speaking her mind, that just goes to show you where I'm talking about right there. That shows you what I'm talking about right there. She spoke her mind, man. I ain't mad at her.
And this is not this is a state representative.
Right.
So she done made her way up in the rank.
Oh, yes.
She was voted in there by her peers.
Exactly.
So they would just treat her like she was somebody off the street.
Exactly.
And she's supposed to be in there just as they were.
Yeah.
So why are you booing her?
They're booing her because she was telling the truth. That's all that was. I mean, truth it is
hurts.
what it is. So, exactly. Ice Cube said this a long time ago, back when he was with NWA. He said, you speak the truth and people lose their minds. Is that not the truth?
Yep. All day long. Well, no, don't start her now.
And the funny part about that situation was that if you read that story, she did not back down. She doubled down.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about right there.
She stood her ground.
Exactly. She stood her damn ground. I ain't mad at her.
And the glasses in her hand, I like, go on, sister.
Go ahead, man. I ain't mad at her. Do your thing, my sister. Hey, I don't live in Oklahoma no more, but hey, you got my vote.
And this is going to lead us into the story. Trump blasts Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt after DeSantis endorsement, quote unquote. Now, despite the fact that DeSantis, the sanctimonious is what he called him, is losing to Biden and me, Stitt just endorsed him. Wow. He disliked, quote unquote, the Indians and my great Senate pick. That's what Trump posted on his social media.
Okay.
After sorry, I lost my train of thought. After the governor, Kevin Stitt, has endorsed him over Trump.
Well,
Trump be making us some little parables, huh? They be so funny.
Let me just say this about that right there. I think that Trump is just mad because Stitt didn't endorse him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it is what it is. So, but like I said, Kevin Stitt is just as racist as Ron DeSantis. Just as racist. Plain and simple. And I'm surprised that my home state is in the situation that it's in, because you got to think about this. When Trump ran the first time, Oklahoma, every single county voted in favor of Trump. That was the only state that did that, where every single voting district voted for Trump.
You remember that time we went home and I saw all them flags?
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
exactly.
Federal, Confederate flags and Trump flags.
Exactly.
Trump flag, Trump flag, Trump flag. Like,
exactly.
Alrighty then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I'm not surprised about this at all. This doesn't surprise me not one little bit. So,
that was crazy. I was like, huh?
Yep.
Oh, Trump mad.
Him
mad.
He big mad.
I think him mad.
He big mad.
Yeah.
Is that it, baby?
Yep, that's all to the show topic.
Okay, let's get back to the show topic. And I just want to get your opinion, my beautiful wife. How do you feel about this Trump indictment? How do you think it's going to affect how black people vote? If at all.
I think I mentioned this on the show before, on the podcast before. How can I put this?
Just say it, babe.
He back in there like Flynn. I've heard. I look at sometimes some, what's the word I'm looking at? Documentaries. I look at some documentaries, and I listen to quite a few podcasts while I'm sitting up here working and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And after my stories go off,
of course.
If I think about it, I remember this young man. He works for I think it's called The Hill.
Yeah.
A top black newspaper.
Okay.
And he went into a famous barbershop in New York City.
Okay.
And he went down to one down in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And he went to one in the Carolinas. So, he was kind of, all those brothers in those barbershops said, I'll vote for him again. He said, because when he was in there, he told me no lies. And I was not hurting financially. So a lot of people now, it is a good thing to vote. We have many ancestors who sweat, bled, and died for us to vote.
Right.
It is an honor and a privilege to vote. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people are also looking out for their futures.
Yeah.
Biden, a lot of people are not saving money while he's in office.
Yeah.
Trump was in office, people were saving money. Even though it's a little weird, Biden's been in the government over 30 plus years.
Yeah.
Trump has been a businessman, if that's what you want to call him, because he done filed bankruptcy, I know, over 13 times. Mm-hmm. He was in there he was ruling over one of the greatest and wealthiest countries in the world.
Right.
But nobody was hurting. How does that even work?
Good question.
He didn't even know how many branches of government. He don't even know how many states are in this country. But people were okay with him being in office running it. So you look at the polls. Last time I looked at the polls was last week. Me and you had to talk about this.
Yeah.
He was leading 30% over the next man in line that's running for the Republican office.
And that's the Clantons.
Mm-hmm. So you tell me.
This is what I got to say about that. Mm-hmm. I can honestly tell you this right here. Mm-hmm. When someone asked Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan what he thought about Donald Trump, he said flat out, with Donald Trump, what you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. Now, I remember when the debate was happening between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, if you want to call it that, a debate. Because he pretty much just showed his whole orange ass.
He was acting like a child on the playground doing the dozens.
Thank you. That's exactly what he was doing.
All you wear is pantsuits.
Yeah, exactly. Throwing all kinds of shit. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And when they asked Donald Trump, well, Donald Trump said this, and I know you remember this. Donald Trump said the system is corrupt. The mediator, the moderator of the debate said, Mr. Trump, how do you know? And he said, and I quote, because I use it.
Every day.
Okay? Those are his exact words. You can't help but respect somebody's honesty like that.
Well, how can you respond after that? You'd be like,
yeah, exactly. He would know.
Okay.
He would know. Come on, who better than him? That's number one. Number two, I can honestly tell you this. When Donald Trump got into office, Donald Trump made no promises to black people.
Nope.
He made no promises. That's part A. Part B is this right there. Is this right here? Even though he didn't make any promises to black people, none of his policies helped black people. But on the other side of that coin, none of his policies hurt black people.
And I think that's why all those brothers in those barbershops were like, "Yep, he got my vote again."
Right. So that's how I feel about Donald Trump. Do I like Donald Trump as a person? Oh hell no, he's a racist, arrogant bastard. But I can honestly tell you, well, I ain't gonna vote for him either. But I can honestly tell you this: he's gonna win again, because, like you said, and you remember back when the election happened, what did I say? I said, if y'all thought Trump was bad, wait a minute, you remember that?
Yep.
Was I wrong?
No, because Only thing Biden has done since he's been in office, well, of course, today, Juneteenth. Supposedly been doing something for student loan, but that wasn't for us either.
Nope.
That still ain't been pretty much sought out either. It's still up in arms.
Think about this though, baby.
What have he done that's major?
Well, let me ask you this then.
Oh, COVID.
Yeah. Let me ask you this then, baby. Oh, I want to talk about that mandate. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me ask you this real quick. Let me see how I want to say it. Who has benefited from the Trump, not the Trump presidency, but from the Biden presidency? Who has benefited the most from the Biden presidency? Who? What group of people?
Well, in my eyes, it's not us minority, but other minority like Asians and
so everybody except black people,
whatever nationality. Kamala, because she looked out for hers, and was that Asian? What is she?
Might as well say Asian because India's an Asian.
Yeah. So nobody that was born and raised here, I can say that. I can't name out, but I know the one that were born and raised are those who came over here on a ship.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
So would you say that everybody except for black people benefited?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. Yeah. That's the answer I was looking for
right
right there.
I don't see nothing he's done where he was stepping in all these big black churches. And, and she run around with her Timberlands and pearls on,
making bullshit promises.
And
exactly
I don't see nothing that neither one of them have done for just black people.
Kamala Harris said she wasn't gonna do anything for black people anyway. She said that out of her own
mouth. But she
mouth.
said she was gonna do stuff for black women. Now she did say that, because you know how I am about black women.
She said she wasn't gonna do anything for black people. Period. She said I'm not gonna do anything for just black people.
Well, she mean men, because they kept saying how when she was over California, she put a lot of black men in prison or whatever.
If you go back,
but she did. Well, I said she did say that though. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she said I'm not gonna do anything just for black people.
She did promise more something. What did she say about? I don't forgot now. Something she said about black women.
Yeah,
because she was out there with her little sorority sisters.
Oh, she's the AKA, right?
Yeah, and she said something she was gonna do, and they yeah, and I don't even think they'll come to pass. Because if it don't came to pass, I would have remembered.
Yep.
Let me read this quote. When they indicted Trump for the second time. And this is what he wrote on his social media page.
This man tweet more than anybody I know.
He does. I have been summoned to appear at the federal courthouse in Miami on Tuesday at 3 p.m. I never thought it possible that such a thing could happen to a former president of the United States, who received far more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country.
No, that's a lie.
And is currently leading by far all candidates, both Democrat and Republican, in polls of the 2024 presidential election.
Well, that's true.
And in all quotes he put, "I am an innocent man." Do y'all know? That's the end of his quote. That's all that he put on his social media page. But did y'all know that Trump is the first former president in history to be charged with federal crimes?
I know that. Yeah.
They're trying to indict this man on espionage.
Well,
do you know the meaning of espionage?
Enlighten us.
To me, this man had the boxes of documents. He said, first of all, you guys pushed me out of the White House because you robbed the election from me.
Okay.
You told me to leave the White House because, it came down to the umpteenth hour. We didn't think Biden was going to move in there.
Yeah.
Because Trump was like, no, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
So when he decided to leave, he took everything. And when I say everything, he took documents he wasn't supposed to take.
Of course.
So they kept telling him, Mr. Trump, you need to bring those documents back. Those are classified files. I don't have all of them. So he only sent back a portion of them. He kept 37 boxes.
Yep.
He kept 37 boxes in a bathroom. Now, if these files were so important to you, Mr. Trump, why they not in a storage unit or, filed them in a file cabinet in your office? Why are they in a bathroom that don't nobody use? To me, this is my personal thought.
Okay.
I guess I look at too many movies and too many shows. They always got something in the corner pocket.
Of course.
To cover their ass when time says it's going to have time to cover their ass.
Yeah, you're right.
I personally think this is Mimi talking with her melanated thought.
Right.
He hired some young college kid to take pictures of everything that was in those boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And since that is espionage, that means those are our documents according to war.
Right.
With other countries.
Right.
Things we might have plans to do to other countries.
Yep.
For that just in case moment.
Yep.
And I think if push come to shove, if we don't give him this presidency,
he probably
or quote unquote give him what he want,
yeah.
he gonna either dangle over here talking about, you better give it to me, I'm gonna sell this. Or who knows? That's why him and old Putin good hand in hand. He probably done gave it to him.
He probably did. I would not
I don't
doubt
know. It's just something about it. Just don't seem right that this man would keep just those boxes.
Yeah.
And all those boxes had pertinent information according to our well-being.
Right.
Versus other countries, as far as if they gonna blow us up or not.
Right.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Right.
Isn't that odd that those boxes contain that kind of information? It's just it's kind of weird, but they trying to get him. You know, first time. You know, they just what do they want for him?
You know what?
I don't understand what they want from him. And you know, he walks around. This is my another point. They arrested him in Miami.
Right.
He went in there. They didn't take his mugshot. Mm-hmm. Why? If I would have went in there, they would have took my mugshot.
Hell yeah.
If I had on a wig, they would have made me take my wig off.
Yep.
Why didn't they ask him to take his wig off? They fingerprinted him. They did do that.
Okay.
They did not take his passport. They would have took my passport, but they said they don't think he's a flight risk.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That man walked out that jail after he didn't spend not one time behind bars, quote unquote. He walked out that jail, walked straight into a town hall, trying to get people to vote for him, and was looking like he just had a natural day. Man, you just stepped out of getting booked. Excuse me, on a second attempt charge.
Yeah.
You was a second attempt to be indicted.
Yeah.
And he just lived his life like, okay, now what's next?
That's exactly what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the arrogance I'm talking about. That's a narcissism I'm talking about right there. That's it right there. Now, again.
And this is who we want leading this country?
Well, you know, again, people don't care about none of that.
Isn't that conniving?
Because there's a lot of people out there that think he is innocent. You know that. How many times have you seen him on television? They think that he's actually innocent.
That's why he's leading the polls.
That's exactly why he's leading the polls. That's exactly the reason why he's leading the polls. Because people actually think he's innocent. He's not the only one that thinks that. He thinks that as well. I mean, you know, let's just be real. I mean, you and me both know this. He's going to win it. He's going to be in the White House again in 2024. You and me both know that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we might as well get ready for it. But again, it's like I told people before in the first election cycle, I didn't vote for either candidate because I didn't like either candidate. And just like now, I don't like either candidate. So I probably won't be voting again. I mean,
and you have a lot of candidates to play around with now.
Oh man, come on! It's a lot of folks out there that's running, man. I know what I want to talk about. Let's talk about Mr. Tim Scott.
I was just finna look up his back. I want to know where he was born, because this man doesn't know what systemic racism is.
Didn't Obama check him on that?
Yes, he did. That's why that was one of the stories I was going to talk about.
Well, hell, let's talk about that then. Let's talk about that for a little while. What did Obama tell him?
Obama criticizes GOP candidate Tim Scott's stance on race in America. You guys know I watched The View.
Yep.
And he took his dumb ass. That's all I can say. On The View.
I saw that too.
When I tell you, I really don't like her. Sometimes she pisses me off. But when I tell you Sonny Hawson got in that ass.
Oh my gosh.
I loved it.
She gave him that work, didn't she?
She gave him the 1, 2, 3 combo, knock him out.
Oh man, she two pieces ass. Boy. She two pieces ass.
This man felt like because he was raised by a single parent in the ghetto, he done turned his life around. Okay, and
well, here's the thing about that.
He can even give her a definition of systemic racism.
Let me say this real quick.
Because he don't recognize it.
Let me say this real quick about that. Okay, now if you have noticed, when it comes down to black people, and you ask them, does black people like him, I should say. And if you ask them, does racism exist? The first thing they say is no, because I made it.
Yeah, this is what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Let us not forget we are a land of opportunity, not a land of oppression. Democrats deny our progress to protect their power. The left wants you to believe faith in America is a fraud and progress in our nation is a myth. The truth of my life disproves the lies of the radical left. We live in a country where little black and brown boys and girls can be president of the United States. The truth is, we've had one, and the good news is we will have another. Boy, if you don't sit your dumb ass down somewhere.
That man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
The audacity.
Well, see, like I said, Tim Scott, Alan West, Larry Elder, Candace Owens, Jesse Lee Peterson, Diamond from Diamond and Silk, and a few other people that J.C. Watts from Oklahoma, and a few other people. They'll be the first ones to say that racism doesn't exist. Hell, even Lil Wayne said it.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Many times he was going pulled over and going to jail.
Yeah, but Lil Wayne said it, and then Morgan Freeman got on TV and said said that racism wouldn't exist if people just stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
So my point is this right here: those people that I just mentioned make way more money than we both do combined.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and the way they see it, the reason why they say that racism doesn't exist is because they have made it.
Well, they say they pull themselves about they bootstraps.
They're their bootstraps, yeah. But what they don't understand is this right here: you are allowed to make that kind of money because you are a ass kisser. You know, you're a coon, you're an ass kisser, all both of the above. Okay, and but what they fail to realize is this right here: when white supremacy gets finished using your ass, they will break you, and then you're gonna be right back in the trenches with the rest of us. So when I hear people like that say that racism doesn't exist, I look at them and ask them flat out, what country do you live in? Because in this country right here, racism is very much alive and well.
And here's another, I hate to say this, but he gonna have to get proved with the stick up the ass too. Cornel West. Cornel West has this is what he said, quote unquote, I am running the truth and justice as a presidential candidate for the People's Party to reintroduce America to the best of itself, fighting to end poverty, mass incarceration, ending wars and ecological collapse, guaranteeing housing, health care, education, and living wages for all.
So he's one of those.
Brother West, I just want to speak on the ecological collapse.
Yeah,
ecological collapse.
Talk about that.
For the last 2 weeks down here in Texas, after 5 o'clock, it has rained
a lot
and hailed
a lot.
The other day, shout out to Sanger, Texas. Go ahead, baby. How you doing? They had hail the size of cantaloupes.
Yep.
They had little spikes.
On it, yeah.
Huh?
Well, see, here's the thing about Cornel West. I got a lot of respect for Cornel West.
That's what I said too. I do too.
I respect him, but his whole political view is completely askew. I mean,
why don't he start out like a mayor or a governor? I think, Lord, I'm sorry, brother, but you're wasting your money
and your time.
You
really are. I mean, no disrespect to Cornel West. No disrespect to you, my brother. None.
But I don't think so. And Tim, Mr. Scott.
Oh, he needs just sit his ass down.
I just want to say, you just need to that old meme of Homer Simpson fading in the bushes.
Yeah.
You need to come out and say, y'all, I was just playing. Have a good day. And go on back to the house. Go on back to the house. Because when I tell you, they're going to make an example out of you. They're going to make an example of you just like they made an example of that man who was running there with the pizza man. He had the famous pizza joint.
Dude, he
ran for maybe like 4 or 5 states. And all of a sudden, you ain't heard from that man no more. I hate for them to have to go through this. They're going to have to learn the hard way that contrary to what you look in the mirror and see, or your mind make you think, you're still a black man.
Oh, no doubt about it.
In America. I don't care how many zeros are in your bank account.
Yep.
How many companies you sign checks for.
Yep.
You're still a black man, sir. And before they put another one your color, they let Obama slide. He wasn't quite. They couldn't quite. Is he fully black? No. They couldn't quite figure it out.
Well, see, they let Obama.
But with him,
well, see, they let Obama through because Obama doesn't really have a connection to black people here in America. Because his mama's white, number one. Number two, his daddy's Nigerian. So, he didn't really have too much of a connection with us.
Even
so
though
that's
he
why they let him in.
identify as black.
He identifies as black, but
Tim
come on,
Scott,
let's be real.
Cornel West.
No, man. And I would say this, and that's the reason why I respect Cornel West, because Cornel West does identify as black.
But I don't think he's going to become president.
Oh, of course not. That's a brother right there. But, you're right. He's not going to become president. That's not going to happen. So,
And like I said, I like a lot of things he said. I like when he was running Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
When he was, I guess, assisting him or work with him in his campaign. Yeah. I think a lot of that rhetoric that Sanders was saying, he got from Cornell.
Right.
Which sound amazing.
Right.
But for him to step on that platform by himself.
Yeah.
On this third party shit.
Yeah. Well,
he might get some good numbers, but he ain't gonna make it he ain't gonna make it to the finish line.
Well, see, here's the thing about it. See, people are scared that Cornel West running for the People's Party is going to take votes away from Joe Biden getting back in.
Well,
it's possible.
It's time.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's time. I think Joe should be a one term.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think he done been in the Senate. He done been to he was a little clerk, and then he was a little seat holder, and then he was a congressman. Then he became VP, and now he president. I think we tired of him. I think he done had enough.
Yeah,
Biden
needs to sit down.
He don't need no two terms.
Yeah, Joe, Sleepy Joe.
You done went to the highest office there is. Why you need a second term?
Yeah, Sleepy Joe needs to sit down.
Yeah,
Sleepy Joe needs to sit down.
And I'm not ageism him at all.
Right.
I just think that you don't work. I think you done been up in the White House alone.
It's not even about ageism. It's not even about ageism.
Not. I just think he been there because he haven't done nothing since he been in there.
No, he hasn't.
I know they said give him another term. It's gonna take a while. No,
I'm good.
No,
because you're right. He hasn't done anything.
Who else is running on the Democratic side though?
Well,
that's prolific.
You ain't even got to be a Democrat to run. I mean, just run and do something. I don't give a damn what party you represent. Just do something, man.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, because me personally, I'm just gonna honestly tell you this: if Trump was to say, "Okay, if y'all vote for me, I'll make sure black people get reparations," I'm voting for him tonight. I really would. Because I can honestly tell you, the one thing about Trump, he might have lied about some things, but when it comes down to running the country, I don't think he lied about that.
You think he gonna pay our reparations?
Probably not.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It'll shock me.
If he did, it would shock me too.
It would shock me.
But I'm just saying, man. Trump. The one thing about Trump, what you see is what you get. Like Brother Minister Farrakhan said. He said that shit.
So what about this indictment? Like I said before, this country is so screwed up that we could possibly have the president mailing address
in
2727 Sing Sing.
Yeah.
Or what's the one that's from that movie I like? Andy was a good man. Andy Shawshank Redemption. I love that movie. He could be sitting up in Shawshank and telling y'all that he's going to pass a law and he's going to sign a bill, and then the bar is going to close behind him at night, lights out at 9 o'clock.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
That could possibly happen. He could be president, and we talked about this before the show started. He could become president and still go to prison and still run the country from prison. Exactly. That'll be a first.
Yeah. See, Trump, look, my name's Jamal, and look here. What I think you need to do is you need to write a law that if you only had like 2 ounces of weed on you, you shouldn't go to jail. That's what I'm in here for. I only had 2 ounces. You know what I'm saying? And I won't mess with you, and I won't shank you. You go in here and write that law. Next thing you know, we're going to have a law. You have more or less than 2 ounces of weed on you, please be released from prison.
You know what?
He going to get it. Unless he going to have a bunch of security around here. Well, I guess he'll have Secret Service. He has Secret Service around him.
You know, we joking about that situation, but it could happen.
It can. That's what I'm saying.
It
That's the kind
happen.
of scenarios that we'll probably have to be dealing with. Cameraman in there in one corner, Jamal sitting across his desk, and he's talking about, I'm speaking on behalf of the people. Like, what people?
Man, come on, dude. Your ass is you are a convict. And, you know, I mean, no disrespect to convicts out there, because there are some people out there that are convicts that turn their life around.
But let me play devil's advocate here.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, we're bouncing off each other. We're we fooling around on some things. I don't think when our 13 people who wrote our laws back way back then, they really didn't think that we could possibly have a crook,
right,
for less of a better word, in office.
Right.
So now that we're here, that we have a lot of bogus and negative and wrongdoing and stealing and cheating and fornicating people running for these offices,
right,
we need to rewrite these laws. Because just like I just said, there is no law to prevent this man from becoming president while he sit up in an orange or white or whatever color jumpsuit, the cell that he's going to.
Right.
We need to rethink that a lot of these things, a lot of these laws that was written way back then,
right,
cannot relate to what we're going to now and become the caliber of people that are running for office.
Right.
So until we do, this is what we're going to have to vote for. A person like Trump, Tim Scott, the clueless.
The clueless.
He is clueless. Hell, even Ironside.
Yeah.
Because we still got to vote for him in the local elections.
Yeah.
We need to rewrite these laws nationally and locally.
Okay.
Because if we don't, we're going to keep having characters like this.
I agree.
Who is not ashamed of their past at all.
Right. I agree with you.
And think whatever they done, which we look at as straight criminal activity,
that's
they be like, what? I'm just a businessman and I'm just doing business things.
Right. That's exactly what
it is. And they're holding high offices.
Yeah.
Like our attorney general down here.
Oh, hell.
You know what I mean? This is some sick things that these people have done.
Right.
And they're holding powerful offices.
Yep. Yeah.
At first, when I heard that this man got indicted for a second time, I said, so Letitia, that's the one who brought the first one. I'm pretty sure this one is going to supersede hers because it's federal.
It's federal. Yeah, it's a federal indictment. So, yeah.
So, whenever he finished this one, I'm pretty sure she's not going to say, well, they got him on that. No, she's probably going to pursue hers too.
Probably so.
So, by that time, he don't want the presidency. I could be wrong because he's going to win again.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you.
If you're this massive lead in the polls right now, and we're not even close to election, well, maybe somebody will pop in around Christmas time, throw their hats in the thing. I think I'll run for president.
Well, yeah.
Grimace. Grimace had a birthday the other day at McDonald's. Maybe Grimace and Ronald and the Grouch and SpongeBob will, they all will get together and run. The way this country's going to, I'll vote for them.
I would too.
You have to survive on Sesame Street, honey.
Hell yeah. You on the streets too? Come on, man.
You have to survive.
No doubt.
And all of them, that Sesame Street now when I was a child.
For sure.
And they still going strong.
Going strong, man.
So they've been surviving.
For real, though.
So I'll vote for them before I vote for these people.
Hell yeah. I vote for Big Bird. I vote for Ernie and Bert. I sure would.
You see how we took that? That means we don't have nothing to...
We have nothing to show. We have nothing to
talk about.
Yeah. We don't have nothing, man.
And it's bad. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I want to go say something about it. I was talking to some of the nurses out there with my sister.
Yeah.
And majority of them are white and Mexican.
Yeah.
And when they talk bad about politics, now I have never heard a white person talk bad about politics.
Oh, I have.
And some of the candidates, they are talking to that Marjorie Taylor Greene. Woo! Baby, she is getting it. She's another one. She might want to take her little checkbook and go on back to the house.
She needs to take several seats, man. She just said some stupid shit.
She just... And that young black congressman right here in Texas that got in her ass.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's another. She's in Congress. So I think she's from Detroit. They keep girl. How often you gonna let these people eat your ass up?
Come on, man. Just sit down somewhere. I agree with you on that one.
Because she say silly stuff.
Yeah, they all do.
I think I don't know if they're doing this for attention.
No, they're not doing it for attention.
Can't think like this.
See, here's the thing about it. See, we have all of our candidates. Let's just put it like this, and I think you'll agree with me. All of the presidential candidates are a whole bunch of smart, dumb motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. This can't be.
I mean,
I understand the platform that they're running on,
and that's what she is. She's one of them smart, dumb people.
Exactly. She's
And that's
another
her problem.
She's another Sarah Palin.
Oh, she's just dumb.
And I think that's how I think Margie is just using this. She's like one of them. Even though she has dark hair, she has several blonde moments, and I think she think it's okay. I think her rhetoric she speaks, she think is okay.
She thinks it's okay because she thinks she can get away with it because she's a pretty white woman. That's the reason why.
And I know she's holding her own in the polls. That means somebody believes her.
Somebody believes in her. Yeah,
Believe in her. Yeah.
Somebody believes in her. Somebody believes in her. Now, I'm not knocking a woman as president. I would never do that. But to be honest with you, I haven't seen a female candidate that I would vote for. I really don't. I haven't seen one.
I do, but I've been saying this for years. I'm just gonna keep myself because I know a lot of people don't agree with me. But I think Stacey could do it. I feel like Stacey.
I'm not gonna say she can't.
I know. Like I said, I'm not. I always keep to myself because I know a lot of people don't feel like, nah, she's not ready yet. She's not ready yet. I think she is.
Well,
I think if she's given the opportunity, because her rhetoric make you say, oh, okay, make you think. This stuff they spin, you be like, what the? What?
Well, see with Stacey. Well, see with Stacey. Here's why I have my views with Stacey right here. Stacey has been a Democratic shield for so long that I don't have any confidence in her. So, but to be honest with you, I'm not going to say she's not ready. I'm not going to say she is ready because to be honest with you, I really don't know because I don't really support her politics. I don't support her politics.
I'll take her with some of these numbnuts that's throwing their hats in the race.
I mean, yeah,
And when is Christy going to sit down? Every year. Who keep giving this man money to run? Let's start there.
Lots of people. They're going to keep on giving the money to run until he gets in there and wins. But yeah, man, that's just the way it is.
Did you know how Tim Scott made his money?
How?
Scott worked as an insurance agent and financial advisor.
Okay.
He owns an insurance agency, Tim Scott Allstate.
Oh, so he owns a branch of Allstate. So, okay. Well, that explains a lot. That explains a whole lot.
What can Allstate do for you?
For real. For real.
I did not know that.
Well, hell, it is what it is. Shit.
Okay. Well, like I said, I shout out to Trumper. He's funny in his own little rhetoric, but the man walks around clueless. I don't know if he's oblivious
he's delusional.
or is he putting up a facade. Because this is something else I saw what he said on social media. Quote unquote, no one has told me I'm being indicted and I shouldn't be because I've done nothing wrong. But I have assumed for years that I am a target of the weaponized DOJ and FBI.
Oh, Lord. So everybody's coming after him.
Boxes of pertinent information to your house in Florida.
Come on, man.
You told people to shoot COVID and bleach in their vein. Bleach in their vein
to get rid of
COVID. You lied and said you took the shot knowing damn well you was lying. You hang out with some of our biggest arch enemies whose finger is just dancing that button to be like that little girl in that Jackie Chan movie.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the button. Push the goddamn button. While you run your ass underground in a bunker, safe and sound. Are y'all not looking at this, America?
Man,
What more do this man have to do to show you he don't know what he's doing?
Well, see,
he's playing.
Again,
what's the thing where you draw? You be like, nah, that's not. You shake it up.
Etch a sketch.
He's etch a sketching this presidency.
Well,
everything people that he's supposed to listen to, he don't listen to.
Well, again, that goes along the lines of what I said earlier. A smart, dumb motherfucker. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what he is. I don't think he's smart.
You don't know how many states there are that you're supposed to be president over.
A smart, dumb motherfucker. Like I said, a smart, dumb motherfucker.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do politically.
Well, there's time. We will figure it out because
I'm very frustrated. I'm not knocking any black candidates. Let me start there.
Yeah.
But the ones that have stepped up,
the coons,
they are not.
Call them what they are. They're coons.
My cup of tea.
Call them what they are.
Yeah, they're pretty much ass kisses.
Yeah, coon.
Shout out to Cornel West, brother. I am not calling you, but you have you're tap dancing that line to me.
Yeah,
you're tap dancing the line kissing ass.
Yeah,
line kissing that ass kissing line. You're tapping it. I mean your baby toe.
Your baby toe is on it.
It's on it. You haven't quite crossed it. Cause like I said, some things you've said, I was like, yes, okay, yes. But then it's like, is America really ready for a Cornel West?
No.
You see how they did Kanye West, and he ain't even running for presidency.
He was going to. He was going to.
And that's what I'm saying. Look how they did him though. You ain't heard from that man saying he don't even. Is he still living?
He's still around.
Cause you don't hear him doing nothing.
They shut his ass down.
You all up there with "Make America Great Again" hats on, all in the office with Trump. And where are you now?
Talking about call Trump his white daddy?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Now where is this man now? Is he breathing? Have y'all checked on him lately? Need to do a 5150 call.
Come on now.
Shout out to Corey Holcomb, who I can't stand. But I like that 5150. Y'all need to do a 5150 on trying Kanye now.
Yeah.
And he has just like pretty much disappeared.
Yeah.
Dressing weird.
Definitely dressing weird. I don't know what the hell he be wearing nowadays, man. Because anyway.
But like I said, he's been indicted, and like I said, he came straight out that courtroom and went straight to a town hall and continued to campaign. And from my understanding, that day that he went to jail to turn himself in, was one of his most highest grossing fundraising dates.
Well, let me say this, and we're gonna go ahead and end the show. Trump is one of those people, you either like him or you don't. Plain and simple. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, he's one of those kind of people, you either like him or you don't. Personally, I choose not to like him because he's like I said, I have my views about him. I'm not going to knock Trump. I'm not going to praise Trump either. And I damn sure ain't going to vote for him. But like I said, with Trump, what you see is what you get. And you can either vote for him even though he's being indicted, or you cannot vote for him even though he's being indicted, or not vote for him because he is being indicted. Completely up to you. I would never tell anybody not to vote.
Not at all.
You exercise your right to vote if you think it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying what I am not going to do.
Yeah.
So I ain't going to vote. Again.
Well, I'm just going to say this. Put yourself in Trump's shoes. If you had federal charges against you, how would you be treated?
Your ass ain't getting out.
I'm just going to leave that right there.
There you go.
How would you be treated against federal charges?
There you go. And with that, we're going to end the show because we got some place we got to go, y'all. But anyway, use your better judgment in this situation and just make sure that you can make that your priority to do what's best for you and yours. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
So, as usual, babe, really, really, really good show.
Absolutely. Again, happy Juneteenth, everyone.
Happy Juneteenth.
Hope you was able to celebrate. Even if you did have to work, get some time out to go celebrate. Like I said, I had my reservation. I feel like it should just be a Texas holiday. But if you are out there other than Texas, we free. Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat free.
But we free.
I mean, the physical chains are all, but we still
let's
slaves.
Just say they didn't have phones back then, but we finally got the news.
Yeah, we finally got the news late.
So we free.
Yeah, you know how it go. But anyway, as usual, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, and tell a friend, and tell a friend, and we'll go from there.
And again, any show topics you want to do, please utilize the email address.
Oh yeah, Melanated Thoughts at yahoo.com. Check it out. Y'all go ahead and you do that, and we'll look at it. We'll collaborate on the subject and see if we liked it. But at any rate, I am Reggio.
And I am Mimi the Lady.
And we out.
Bye.